we're here for everyone. So.
Well, and to me, that really means a lot. I'll be honest. I will go out of my way to go someplace that's local, and I've been that way for years. But if I walk in and Trent V to look at me and say, "What did you break now?" It means something to me though. That when I go and I say I need help, I've broken something. Or when Ben Trimble, is in the emergency room, and he's the one that treated my, when I went in for a heart attack. And, those are the people that I grew up with, and that makes me trust it.
Absolutely. And when you see that face, it brings that comfort as well. Right. So when you're in need. So we just want to let everyone know that we are here. We are still open. Our emergency room is open 24 hours a day for all of your, needs, any kind of emergent needs that you may have. We're here for you. That has not been closed through any of this with the COVID-19. We are in the process of opening up a little more procedures, some of our non-urgent and emergent procedures from an outpatient perspective, diagnostic imaging and radiology. Those departments are ready to go. Our lab as well, they are ready. We are looking to open back up our cardiac rehab department, and so there's more to come on that. Again, we're working on all of this as we speak, and our clinics obviously are still there. The Caldwell Medical Associate clinics, they are available to help you with any healthcare needs that you may have. The process may be a little different when you come in. We're doing kind of what we call a parking lot lobby. So we're asking folks, to call when they arrive, and our staff inside the clinic will let you know when we have a room ready for you. We want to keep you safe. Of course, we are not allowing visitors and folks to accompany you in. Again, that is just pure safety and following what the governor has asked us to do. So it looks a little bit different, may feel a little bit different, but we're still here. It's the same people here to serve you and to help you in your time of need with all of your healthcare needs.
And I know a lot of things are starting to open up, Mandy. And in case you're just joining us, this is Mandy Smiley from Caldwell Medical Center. And I know that as things start to open up, I know one of the things, some people, even though it's open, doesn't mean people are going to be chomping at the bit to get out. But that's where telehealth really kind of kicks in too, right?
Yes, absolutely. We have instituted telehealth. It's playing a huge role in allowing us to be able to provide that continuum of care to folks who may be a little nervous about coming in, or maybe just have a well visit and don't necessarily need to come in to see a provider at this point. So telehealth, we've have instituted that, and from my understanding, I cannot speak all about telehealth, but from my understanding, it's going really, really well. Everyone seems to like it. It's pretty easy to use, so we are so excited to be offering that as part of our plan here at Caldwell Medical Center to continue to take care of our local folks.
Well, I had an elderly family member that used it just the other day, and it turned out wonderful. So I can give a good report on that.
Absolutely. One other area test that I'd like to just touch on is our outpatient physical therapy and our Ortho group.
Yes.
You can see that from the road as that nice big sign that's up there. They are open this morning or today as well. So Shanna Phillips and Russell Payton are ready to help with any physical therapy and ortho concerns. So they're ready to go. Again, we'll have some extra precautions in place to help keep the patients safe as they come in, but they are going to be opening back up as well.
Well, and I know that even during rehabilitation, and we had talked about swing bed situations and that sort of thing. I know a lady that got to go home the other day, and her daughter was very happy, but you guys took very good care of her all throughout the COVID-19 situation, even, during that part of it as well. So all aspects are still running.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Swing beds and our acute care units. Yes, absolutely. We are here for you in your time of need. we have had several swing beds in. We've had several that have done really well. We've had several that have discharged. So we're excited that they're able to get to where they need to be to return home. So that's what we're here for. And yes, everything's still open.
We're working for the happy ending, Mandy.
We are. And we have taken a lot of steps too. I know I was on, a month or so ago, talking about the infection prevention side of it and some of the things that we've instituted to keep folks safe as they're coming in the building. And we were able to get our UVC light, our Moonbeam 3. So we are using that on all of the rooms to help. We obviously clean and disinfect all the rooms as patients leave, but we have an added layer of protection with this UVC light that we can take in. It's a 3-minute cycle. And we run 2 3-minute cycles in an average room, and anything that might have been able to survive. I'm talking about microorganisms here, those bacteria and viruses and spores and all those things that we can't see that might have been able to survive a terminal clean of that room. With that light, we are able to eliminate most of the pathogens in those rooms. So
do you know how excited it makes me that I saw that on Grey's Anatomy the other day?
Did you?
I did, and I think that's so cool.
Yes, so we've got that right here at Caldwell Medical Center.
Well, live from Grey's Anatomy to Caldwell Medical Center. I love that. Well, you know what, though? When I want people to realize that these are medical advances and we are keeping up with them. We are not ancient. We are not dinosaurs. We are keeping up with everything.
Absolutely. We sure are. We also have electrostatic sprayers that my EVS team is using on a daily basis. We are touching every high-touch surface, so your doorknobs, your light switches, anything that someone might touch frequently with their hands that could be easily contaminated, where someone else could then touch it and, become sick.
Well, that stuff gets down in the grooves, too, doesn't it? Like where a regular wiping thing wouldn't necessarily hit it.
Yes, ma'am, it sure does. It kind of wraps around whatever object you're cleaning, and it allows it to lay on that surface and again, adds another layer of protection. So, yeah, we have that available as well.
Wow. I mean, I'm not saying lick a doorknob, but I'm just saying.
Right.
I think that's fantastic. It does ease our minds a lot because even though there is a COVID-19 thing going on, you know what? We're still going to have allergy problems. We're still going to have the other we're going to have oopsie-doos. I mean, things are going to happen because life continues on. So, I mean, we appreciate the fact that you guys are there and giving us an update on what you've got going and just letting them know that, look, the advances are being made and we're keeping up with them.
Yes, absolutely. And so it's just a couple of other things. When folks come into the facility, again, it may look a little different. We may have some lines on the floor, kind of like what you see at some of the local retail stores that are still open, to keep that social distancing, that 6 feet apart is what we would like to do. Our waiting areas will look a little bit different. They've asked for us not to have waiting areas or, if we do, to space folks out. So it may be a little bit different when you come in. We are also going to be screening everyone as we have been for the last, several weeks. With doing a temperature check and then also having patients or folks coming in for testing or whatever to put on a mask. So, again, just making sure that we're keeping you all safe. We will be in masks as well as healthcare providers so that we can make sure that we're not spreading anything to you. So things may look a little different, may feel a little different, but it's still the same folks here, and we're here to care for you.
I saw Dana Hobby in her full get-up the other day, the mask, the shield, the whole 9 yards. She's such a little bitty thing anyway. And it had the whole PPE gear on, and I was like, oh, my grave, she's the cutest thing anyway. So I love seeing that, though, and I think everybody else does, too. I think it makes us feel a little safer.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. Girl, I appreciate it. It's Caldwell Medical Center, and, of course, Miss Mandy Smiley took time out of her day to give us a holler, and I know she's busy and has a lot of things going on, so I really do appreciate it this morning.
Well, thank you for having us on this morning. I appreciate it. Enjoy talking to you.
Well, you enjoy the sunshine and vitamin D, woman.
I'm going to.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Of course, Godwin Medical Center, wonderful people out there, and it's the people that you go to church with and school with that you see down the street and down the pew from you. So make sure you give them a holler if you need anything or if you just got questions. I mean, those are the folks that you want to go ask about it. And Mandy Smiley's a wonderful one to ask. If you want to stick around, or if you don't, stick around anyway. I don't care. Robin Shively is a lady that we always talk to when it comes to the Bloodmobile. And when you talk about advances in medical stuff and fighting this COVID-19 thing, you know, plasma is something that we've heard an awful lot about lately. Well, you can't get plasma from just pulling it out of the air. We've actually got to have the blood. And that Bloodmobile, the West Kentucky Blood Center, is a wonderful, wonderful place that has really been going out of their way to try to make sure that we get the blood that we need so that we can get the plasma that we need. We're going to talk to those folks here in just a few minutes. Actually, CEO Janet Howard is who we're going to talk to here in just a few minutes on Coffee Talk. And this thing is so cool. It's so, I don't know, it's almost mind-blowing how neat this is. So stick around. You're going to want to hear about this on Coffee Talk. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Competitive pay, fixed schedules, an exceptional benefits package, loyalty to employees, and much more are all reasons why Bridgestone Metalfa is your home to build a career. The Bridgestone Metalfa family has never experienced a layoff, not even during the COVID-19 pandemic. At Bridgestone Metalfa, they put culture, family, and integrity first.
If you'd like to start a career at Bridgestone Metalfa, visit our website at metalfausa.com.
Health First Community Health Center is doing our part to help stop the spread. We are now offering telehealth services to keep you healthy at home. Scheduling a virtual visit with your medical or behavioral health provider is easy. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, or computer and internet access. Get the care that you need to stay mentally and physically well from the convenience of your home. Contact our office for an appointment at 877-667-7017. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, I want to reiterate this is cutting edge kind of stuff, and right here in Western Kentucky. And this is a lady that will sure explain it to us, because I want to understand this so that I can brag on the appropriate people. This is WKRBC CEO Janet Howard. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing awesome in this really different time of life.
Well, the West Kentucky Regional Blood Center, of course, is amazing people, by the way. And since Robin's not on the phone with me this morning, I'm going to talk about her because she's an amazing lady. Robin Shively is someone we deal with a lot here at our radio station and talk to a lot. And she's just a wonderful human being. And you've got some good folks working for you.
I have amazing people that work here. I'm proud.
Well, you should be. And I will tell you, they've really kind of taken a lot of the fear out of, and I know there were certain people that, and including myself, you know, I was iffy at first, like, I don't know about that when y'all were doing that at first, but we needed blood. You know, but once I saw the methods and how clean it was and how much you all continued to clean up and clean up and clean up, I mean, I felt so much safer and so much at ease.
Well, thank you.
I mean, they really did go out of their way to clean things up and worked long hours.
Yes, we have made it a point that not that we weren't clean before, but we clean everything. Blood pressure cups, ink pens, you name it, we're cleaning. So.
Well, and I'll tell you, the thing that I thought was so cool, and I'd contacted you all the other day saying this plasma thing, I think, is cutting edge and right on the cusp of healing. And I love that Western Kentucky is part of that.
Well, I will tell you, it has been a down and dirty. Read all the information. All the information changes the next day. And then you reread it, relearn it, write up SOPs, train staff. But everybody has come together because this plasma, if it does work, and we are hearing very positive things about it, it is what we need. And the only way you can get it is to actually collect it from someone who's been ill. So it has been, as someone referred to it, it's the Wild West of blood banking right now. And that's kind of true.
Well, when you think about it, though, the common sense part of my brain says, man, you know what? This makes sense to me. This is something that I can even understand, and it makes sense to me. Can you explain to us how this whole thing works?
Okay, what they feel and what they are seeing in the data that is being collected daily is that when someone becomes infected with the virus, they have essentially the viral antigens in their body. The antigens from the virus are what is making them ill. But as time goes on, their body develops antibodies to fight that virus and eventually helps clear the virus, and the person has antibodies circulating in their plasma. The viral antigens are in their droplets, their respiratory droplets.
Okay.
It's not something, the antigens don't circulate in your blood system. They are a droplet virus. And so, but the human body develops the antibodies which circulate in the plasma. So what we have been told by the FDA, and I got to give FDA massive props, they have come up with guidance for blood centers, and granted they have changed the guidances and tweaked them here or there, but they have been incredibly fast on getting them out so that we can develop methodologies almost overnight to be able to collect this plasma. So someone is truly COVID positive. They are tested, they are positive. 14 days after the end of symptoms, FDA will allow us to re-swab the donors, the potential donors, and if their swab comes back negative and they answer all the 60 million questions that we ask a regular donor, because you still have to pass all our regular questions.
Right.
Then you can do one of two things. You can, after 14 days and they are swab negative, we can apheresis them. That is essentially we are just collecting their plasma, and you can collect 2 units of plasma from one person or up to 4. And that is frozen, and since we test, we are very proud of the fact that we test. We actually had donors that came in, or a donor that came in, Friday morning, and we had that plasma labeled and ready to go and tested by Friday afternoon late. So
now, how many people would one person's plasma be able to make a treatment for?
Okay, we had 2 donors on Friday that in essence donated 7 transfusions, 7 doses, because FDA's site and is saying that a dose is 200 ml. So one person was able to donate enough for 4 doses, and one person was enough, a large enough person per se, to donate enough for 3 people. So that's 7. That's 7 doses for 7 patients. So. That's good.
That gave me goosies, because I'll tell you, how much better one person can help 7 people.
Right, and we are getting reached out to by, quite bluntly, all the way across the United States, not just our blood centers, but all blood centers. I mean, other blood centers will post and say, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this, and if your blood center can help out, you do, because this is an ongoing thing, and some areas don't have a good availability, or maybe the donors just aren't able to come in. I don't know the rationale, but our area, especially because as well as I do, Western Kentucky's been hit really hard,
right?
And we are just now starting last week really getting into several donors who meet this criteria of the 14 days and getting re-swabbed. And also donors that, for whatever reason, can't get re-swabbed, if they are 28 days well, they can actually donate without getting re-swabbed. But there's a lot involved there. People need to call us here at Western Kentucky and Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. I should get that out there. And our toll-free number is 888-684-9296, and they can ask us the questions that they need to ask, and we can ask them to see if they are potentially going to be able to donate because there's a lot involved, but we are seeing it work.
Well, I'll tell you, I think this is, who would have thought that someday our differences could save our lives?
Right.
How about that? Because not everybody is going to have this.
Yeah, we have had, I know we had a donor last week, and the donor told us that they had lost their mom to COVID the week before. And they had been ill, their whole family had been ill, and he actually lost his mom. And it's like, does that tell any more to the testament of people that he is willing to come in here after such a grief-stricken affair, but still willing to help someone else out? That's amazing.
I really truly believe that there's more people out there like that than there is any other type of people.
I think so too. I don't doubt that at all.
I believe in the goodness of people, and I think that for the majority, and Western Kentucky is just full of them. And I think that's wonderful, and I think it's so neat, and I love the fact that we're right here on the leading edge of it, and we're able to help those. Now, if you have been sick, if you have been tested, please, this is something that is necessary. If you were able to give blood before, give them a call. Make sure that they know those numbers, Mandy. Or Janet, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's 888-684-9296.
And then you've got a blood drive coming up, right?
Yes. Coming up this Friday at the Tourist Welcome Center in Princeton. It's 206 East Market Street. We have a blood drive from 9 till 2. It's a community blood drive, as I said, in Princeton at the Welcome Center, and we'll be able to set our beds up 6 feet apart. We will be cleaning maniacs, and please all come. I mean, it is, as you well know, there's no schools, so this time of year we usually have an absolute plethora of high school blood drives and college blood drives, and we have none of those right now. So we do need the blood supply restocked. Especially with surgeries getting ready to start back up, the elective surgeries. So please come, 9 to 2 o'clock.
Well, I want everybody, again, to think about that for just a second, because what you just said was very important. When we go up here, not only are we saving a life, because when we give blood, we could potentially be helping 3 lives be saved just by our blood donation, correct? And that's the way it's always been. Now, recently, this plasma, if this is something that they can end up using, that's 7 more lives that are being, where you could be saving somebody's mom, somebody's grandma, somebody's aunt.
Right.
That's some important work, lady, and we appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody that has come out and donated. Just for a side, this has kind of distracted me for a second, but if you are in Princeton and in downtown Princeton right now, our emergency services, firefighters, sheriff, that sort of thing, are trying to get through town right now, 91 North, going out of Princeton. So if you are on that area, north of Princeton, in between, if you're kind of going in front of the high school, that sort of thing, you need to pull over to the side of the road. There are emergency vehicles that are coming past, okay? But again, and if you're just tuning in, we've got Janet Howard, of course, CEO of Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, and the Blood Mobile, and we could not be more proud of everything that you're doing and the advances that you all are making.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
And everything's our donors. We wouldn't be here without them.
Well, that's some smart, patient people that are doing those tests over and over and over again and wiping everything down, and bless their heart, I mean, they are amazing. So thank you so much. Please tell Robin that we said hello. And,
all right, I will. Thank you.
But I've enjoyed being able to talk to you this morning, lady.
Well, you are welcome.
Give us that phone number one more time.
Okay, it's 888-684-9296. And remember, we're going to be there on Friday, May the 1st from 9 to 2 at the Welcome Center.
Well, that's my mama's birthday. That sounds good to me. Thanks so much.
You.
We appreciate it. Of course, Janet Howard, CEO, once again, of Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Stick around. We got more coffee talk coming up. Guess who we're going to talk to? Jesse out at Trilogy Performance Sports. I'm going to tell you what. We've been talking about old Jesse for a while. Kathy Lewis and I have. And we've been talking about the fact that he's going to need boot camp before this whole thing's over because she keeps feeding everybody homemade Pop-Tarts. So I'm going to tattle on her in just a second, and we're going to talk a lot about an app and different ways that you can stay healthy right now during this whole time at home. Trilogy is up next on PKY on Coffee Talk. Stick around.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
At YourSportsEdge.com, we're working hard to bring you inspiring stories from our local kids and schools. Enjoy recaps of our sports year so far, as well as some historical moments that may surprise you. The game is always on at YourSportsEdge.com.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, Coffee Talk is live. And I'll tell you, I get to, it's not very often that I get to tattle on Kathy. I'm not kidding. I tattle on her every day. But anyway, one of the things that we've been talking about, and I don't even know if the young man knows that we've been talking about him on a regular basis, Mr. Jesse from over at Trilogy, but we've been talking about him on a regular basis, but it's in a good way. And guess who I've got on the phone this morning? I've got Jesse. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, explain to everybody who you are.
Well, my name's Jesse Oliver. I'm the owner of Trilogy Performance Sports here in Princeton, and we are a gym, but we offer a lot more than just your typical gym. We offer classes and for just about every age group.
Well, and I'll tell you, the reason I say we've been talking a lot about you is because Kathy keeps making all these pastries and these homemade Pop-Tarts. And I told her the other day, I said, if you don't stop that mess, Jesse's going to have boot camp before when this whole mess is over if she doesn't stop it. And so that's what I told, and she agreed. And so we think you ought to have boot camp.
Yeah, I've been staying in touch with her, and she said she's definitely going to be missing me, and it's going to be rough when she gets back.
Well, I'll tell you, you're talked about a lot, if nothing. And I'll tell you, the other people that talk about you a lot is, you work with the youth in this area too. And when it comes to these football players who want to learn how to jump, and when it comes to baseball or any of these sports, I love that you work with these kids from a young age, because as a mom, I used to lift weights when I was a kid, and that was one thing that I was passionate about, the weightlifting teams, the competitions, and all that kind of stuff. And, when you would think that when it come to my son, I'd be like, oh, I would jump right in. No, it terrified me because I didn't want him to hurt himself early. And that's where you come in.
Right. Yeah, I know. My background started off as I was that kid that didn't know how to do anything, and I really had to get in there and learn how to lift weights. And it's a lot easier if you've been there and done that. And I always want to make sure our kids learn how to do things correctly and have good form, and that way they don't damage themselves long term.
Well, and I did a lot of the stuff back in the day. We didn't have some of the training that they have now. We had cybernetics, which was not probably good for anybody. But anyway, back then we looked at it a little bit different. And now that I'm older, I've got some arthritis to prove it. And I think that's what made me think about it. When CJ started in football, I thought, I want him to lift weights, but I want him to do it in the right way. So when he does those big, tall jumps like Jesse does, he does it and he knows how to do it.
Right. Yeah, and it's a lot more helpful when you have the correct equipment, and we have kids like CJ that are willing to learn and get in there and work hard and get better every day.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He thinks you are, it. You like the best thing since, up on a pedestal, Jesse. Angels sing. But a lot of these kids do, though. And that's good when you've got a positive role model that's trying to teach them something. But the one thing I like is that Trilogy, it's not just for the young kids, and it's not just for the people. Okay, let's just be honest. There are some fitness places that it's all about the people that are already fit. And you guys have a good mixture of anything from, maybe it's for the little girls who take dance class, maybe it's for the kids that play football, or it's mom too.
Right. Yeah, and that's a lot of what we want. We want anybody to come in and feel comfortable and feel like they have a place and they have a family to come into where they can learn and feel accepted and feel accountable to what they're doing as well.
Well, and I think this is cool too, but we laughed, and Kathy and I do at you a lot about you doing boot camp. But it's all in good fun. But you have been doing something that really, honestly, we shouldn't need boot camp after this is over if we're using your app while it's going on.
That's right. Yeah, we recently just released an app on your app store. It's free to download, and since everybody's stuck at home, we've been putting workouts, if it's yoga or kids classes or boot camp or stuff like that anybody can take. You don't have to be a member of Trilogy to download it.
Well, now how cool is that? And now what all is on the app? I know that maybe you've got something on there, right?
Yes, ma'am. So we have several different coaches. So we've been putting gymnastics lessons on there. We've been putting group fitness and yoga and agility and stuff for our athletes. And so, you go on there and you can go and you click a workout tab, and there's going to be hundreds of workouts on there that you can go through and click on, and it'll give you a video demonstration, and it'll time you, and it'll do everything that you're going to need as far as teaching you how to do the exercise properly, and it'll show you what muscles you work and everything else. So. Oh,
now see, I love that. That's one of those things that and really and truly, sometimes it's hard to make a class time sometimes with our work schedules, and especially when everybody gets back in the swing of things. It seems like it's always a practice, or you got to work, or there's a function, or there's a bake sale, or there's something that you got to be at. So sometimes hitting those times is kind of hard to do. But with this app, that makes all of that go away too. So no more excuses.
Yes, ma'am. No more excuses. If you can take the app and you pull up a video, and some of the videos, okay, you can pull it up on your TV and do it at home. You just got to link it to there. So you can go and take a full class yoga with us, with Coach Jeanette, or your kids can take an agility class with me, and just go through. And even when we're having our athletes that kind of go year round, but they have breaks when they're in their sport, they can still kind of stay in shape and still get better while they're in season as well.
Well, and I think that's great because it's an affordable way to do that too. I mean, it's because I know there's a lot of equipment that goes into a lot of these sports, and sometimes you just can't afford it. But this is one of those things that is affordable, and they will get so much out of it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We want everybody to be able to come out there or be able to use our app and just, help our community and help our athletes and everybody get better. It's all about getting better one day at a time. So.
Oh, I think that's key, Jesse. Of course, you're listening to Coffee Talk at 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton, and we're talking to Jesse over at Trilogy Performance Sports. And I love that you're in that big building.
Yes, ma'am. We have plenty of space.
Well, and you've got some cool equipment, too.
We do. We actually we have an order that will be in May, actually. We've just ordered all new cardio equipment and some new weight room equipment as well.
Oh.
We'll have brand new treadmills and ellipticals and bikes and weight room equipment as well. So.
Wow. Well, bless your heart. Thank you so much for taking the time out today to talk to us. And I don't get me wrong, don't get mad at me and Kathy, because we do pick on you a little bit, but it's all out of fun.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I get to pick on y'all right back.
That's right. Well, what we do say is you're going to have boot camp. So, I mean, they've got plenty of warning between now and then, right?
They do. All the people I have in group, they say I had this weird smile. It's kind of... when we get back, they may be seeing that.
Uh-oh. All right.
That usually means something intense is about to happen.
Well, we all like a little smile with our a little sugar with the spice, I guess is what it is. Huh? Well, thank you so much. Of course, Jesse Oliver with Trilogy Performance Sport. Now, you're located right here in Princeton, right off 62, right?
Yes, ma'am. We're in the back of the old Ford building. So.
Well, they've got plenty of room, and I will tell you, they treat your kids right. Mine used to beg to go right after school, and he was never ready to come home. And I think that's a testament of what you're doing out there. And I know a lot of the parents and a lot of people are just, they really love this app. And I think all of us are going to end up addicted to it before it's over with. But we sure do appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Of course, Jesse Oliver with Trilogy Performance Sports. And Jesse, give us a phone number if they need any questions answered.
Phone number is 270-601-1824.
And then the name of that app?
Is Trilogy Performance Sports, and there is a sign-up code on there, and it's 1824 on the app. So you can just go in and make your profile from there.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. Enjoy the sunshine.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a good day.
You too. Of course, Trilogy Performance Sports right here in Princeton. I love that. I when your kids and all through the ages and the sisters and the brothers and the grandmas and the grandpas can even go, that sounds good to me because that means it's convenient and everybody's going to be, I think, needing it. I've seen more memes about everybody gaining weight and not being able to fit through the door when this whole thing is over. I think everybody's doing a lot more cooking, and that's okay. But we need to get out and start exercising. When I say we, I know. And I am top of that we list. I can tell you that right now. It's Kathy's fault. Well, anyway, it's 8:07 at 1580 103.3 WPKY. We sure do appreciate everybody that was on the show this morning. And I'll tell you, we have learned things this morning. We've had fun this morning. And that's kind of the way we do it on Coffee Talk every day. And we also have a lot of fun. Now, join us tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is going to be pretty cool. Of course, we're going to visit with Trice Hughes. Chloe Zeckler is going to be with us. And then we've got the doctors from Community Health Clinic are going to be with us. Community Medical Clinic, sorry, they're going to be with us. So we're going to talk to them. Magistrate Jeff Sims from District 4 here in Caldwell County. We're going to talk about the SmackDown and the competition that he set out for everybody. And all you got to do is fill out the census. I mean, it couldn't be better. And we're going to beat Lyon County. We're going to beat Crittenden County and put some money in the bank for King's Kitchen, who, by the way, feeds our kids during the summer, the ones here in Caldwell County that need it throughout the summer. So that's where that money is going. And, of course, Big John has chipped in with that one as well. So we're going to talk about that and hopefully stir the pot a little bit, because I like to stir the pot. So don't forget to tune in for Coffee Talk tomorrow. Of course, we're going to have some other people, too. I'll update you soon. It's 1580 103.3 WPKY. But before you go, one more time. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. Sorry, I was trying to reach something and my arm's too short. Partly cloudy today, sunshine, high 69 tonight. Mostly cloudy, low 54 tomorrow, sunshine 74. And then on hump day, showers likely Wednesday, high 66. Now, that sunshine that we've got that we're enjoying the first couple of days of the week is going to return on Thursday. Stick with us the rest of the week with temps starting out in the lower 70s, reaching 80 by the weekend. It is a gorgeous 52 at 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Community Medical. Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. More money is available starting today for small businesses affected by the coronavirus outbreak.
Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin told Fox News Sunday he expects a strong rebound this